Hello everyone. First, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Abdullah Al-Mandil.
معك يا المحسن.
Sra Subay.
Today we will discuss our findings of Intel Corporation Bring Your Own Device case. What is Intel Corporation? Well, it is among the world's greatest technology companies whose headquarters is located in California in the United States. The company, which now operates in multinational capacity, deals with the most highly valued semiconductors chip maker, and its rank is financially high. Among the key advancements that the technology company is so far held for the invention of the microprocessor x86 series, which was later adapted for use in personal computers. So far, the company has several contracts with other different technological companies, among them Lenovo, Apple, HP, and Dell, for the supply of processors for their electronic devices such as phones, tablets, laptops, and many other devices. In addition to processors, Intel Corporation also manufactures motherboards, networks, interface controllers, integrated circuits, which is ICs, and flash cards. The biggest goal for Intel company has always been driven by the desire to be all the time famous provider of semiconductors and provider of a platform through which the world can advance their digital economy. Consumerization of IT, in simpler terms, would imply the use technology for various purposes by the society. Long before the new millennium, technology was a discipline for only the qualified people who had particular skill to operate. At that time, technological devices were few and also had complicated procedures involved in their operations, and consequent to these technicalities of technology was not very graciously embraced. However, a decade before the 2000 millennium saw a change in the ancient belief that technology was a discipline only to the well-educated and technological capable members. These changes that began with the introduction of handheld computing devices played a significant role in making data processing and technological competence available to every ordinary individual.
Since every business desired to cut costs to increase productivity, gains competitive advantage, the system Bring Your Own Device was introduced by Harkins in his mindset to reduce costs. He figured out that the company would have no greater need to pay the 10,000 small form factors of devices, which shall already be availed by their employees carrying their own devices to work. In this case, the company would be saving the finances otherwise that would have been used for the purchase of individual employees' devices, and by extension maintains and support of those devices. As much as there were several questions surrounding the productivity and security of the Bring Your Own Device program in the Intel company, an overall overview of the whole operation within a controlled environment seemed much healthier for the company. One significant challenge that the corporation had been dealing with over time was the incoherent loss of about 1% of their notebook annually. However, now with the operation that involved the employees coming to work with their own devices, that annual loss was significantly sorted. The ownership attached to the personal devices owned by the employees made it easier for them to monitor the devices, thus reducing the substantial loss. This, in the long run, reduced the operational cost needed to buy new devices each time they are lost.
The attribute of productivity was also brought about through the angle of personal timing, especially when it comes to employees being able to manage their time effectively. The integrated personal and business calendar application in the personal computers was a certain source through which the employees could time themselves through the application. It was coming out clearly with the efficient time management and would have substantial positive impact on the employees' productivity. The use of individual data plans by the corporation employees' personal computers is another method through which the company anticipates to reduce its expenses. Since there is a significant cost reduction to about 33% less when it comes to individual data plans than other corporations. The introduction of the bring your own device also has some productivity that could either be categorized as internal or external resourcefulness. Internally, the employees were becoming more resourceful in their innovation and exchange and giving the company an improved productivity. On the other hand, with the increasing number of self-supporting devices among the employees, there were higher possibilities that seek to ensure the capability of the company without the input of additional resources. With the employment and use of personal devices in the company, there was a greater attraction of the young job seekers who are evidently energetic and those able to work to improve the company's productivity.
There are very many benefits that the whole system of bring your own device has to offer to the Intel company that may be able to drive it at par above other companies involved in the manufacturing processors. One advantage that the bring your own device can offer to Intel over other companies is the aspect of flexibility. The opportunity for the employees to do their tasks within and off the company's premise makes it easier for them to perform their work regardless of the location effectively. The flexibility ensured by the off-location work progress makes the time limit associated with working hours a measure that cannot be bind the employee. The aspects of location working makes it much easier for the employees to do their operations and activities beyond the regular working hours, an initiative that eventually counts on the improved productivity of the company. The reduced expenses otherwise incurred by the corporation in purchase and maintenance of the computing devices can now be channeled in another productive initiative within the company and thus pushing the company a notch higher than its competitors.
Many measures have so far been put forward with the intention of securing the data on the employees' devices from falling into the wrong hands. One of such measures is the installation of bullet and information security features that increase the security details of the devices in different capacities. The IS features secure the devices by complicating the login procedures, customizing the authentication protocols, controlling the access points to help detect and stop many forms from malware that may corrupt the operations of the company's software. Apart from boosting the information security on the employees' devices through making the surface and accessibility complex, the company also put some measure to help protect the information in case the devices were stolen, of misplacing, and were at higher risk of being used to disrupt the business's operations. The company installed the remote wipe application, which ensured a complete deletion of every piece of information in the devices once they are on the enterprise's premises. The information wash is a system that shall be very compelling to those employees whose devices have been granted remote access beyond the enterprise premises.